What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying the reunion as you're watching it now. I'd love to shed some light on what actually goes into the making of a reunion. Right now, you guys are seeing 2 hours of over 14 hours of filming. We were on that stage for a very, very long time, so a lot gets talked about. But the producers usually give us time to just really talk through everything, because you have those moments where you get in an argument and 30 minutes later you're like, oh, why didn't I say this? So they really give you that time to just kind of go through everything, and then they kind of all right, is this dead now? We're gonna move on. So to kind of break down the logistics of these now, because the last couple of years with all these UK people, we all go to London. That's where we film all of our promo stuff. That's where we film the reunions at Pinewood Studios there in London. I actually enjoy the trip. We don't get to go there too often. Usually it's in New York at MTV's headquarters there in 1515 Broadway. But I actually like the travel. Tori and I travel really well together. We're really good at this traveling thing. We have a lot of comfy strapped clothing that we just get into and rock it. Now, with going to London for the reunions, it means for us, we're in LA, we have to get on a plane, we have to fly all the way over there, we have to get out, we have to, essentially, you're gonna get off the plane, you're gonna check into your hotel, you're gonna chill, take a shower, do a little something, and then you're gonna go to sleep, and you're gonna wake up and film this entire day rehashing something that happened, a month or two before. And you have to remember all of these events, all these little arguments, and trust me, they have video evidence of everything. So if anybody was lying about something, it's coming out on the reunion.
Good morning, everybody. I just thought I would film a little beauty tutorial while I was talking about the reunion, because reunions are like this. You're getting ready in an airplane bathroom, flying across the country to go film it in Europe when you're exhausted. I mean, the day is long, Ultimately, when you get there, you have, if you're lucky, a night to sleep. Then you have to wake up. You have a 6 a.m. call time, maybe earlier. And the girls suffer the most because they have to go get their hair and their makeup done first. So you go to get your hair and makeup done, and that takes about an hour tops. And then you're sitting there for 5 hours until it's time to film with your makeup just done. You're in the corner, can't move, don't want to move because you don't want to ruin your makeup. So that's how it starts. Then you get there and you sit, you do your entry, you sit there and you wait for the prompter to come up, and you see about maybe 5 seconds before we start talking about a topic, you see what the topic is. So you're waiting to see your name on this prompter. You're oh my God, are we gonna start talking about something I'm involved in? My stomach will drop if it involves me, because I think it's absolutely horrifying being on that stage.
You can keep an act up for only so long, and then you have to go to the reunion. So, as you guys see, there's a lot that gets brought out. I think the biggest probably elephant in the whole room was just this whole numbers thing, because now afterwards it's all said and done, they lost, and it's all right, what did your numbers do for you? And they really didn't show it on through the episodes, but the numbers were so just snotty the whole game. They knew this. Even when Tori and I were on the Americans, Cara would have all these remarks and Ninja would have all these remarks, because they knew it didn't matter if we won. We could be the 2 best that day, but they're still not going to let us in that tribunal. They're not going to let us have a say. So, they got to act kind of however they wanted. So then to show up to a reunion, it's hey, you remember all that stuff you were saying? Yeah, that sucks. And everyone's about to know. This is the first time that we're really seeing a lot of these people. Pretty much anyone who didn't make the final. This is the first time we're seeing everyone else from the game. So, there's a lot of celebrating, congratulations. There's a lot of like, ooh, I don't know if they want to talk to each other right now.
I'm gonna put a little brown there. Because it's like you're sitting in front of a live studio audience with people who, does that look like shit? You're sitting in front of a live studio audience with people who just went through this crazy experience with you. So, like the people on the cast, and then you have to like talk about it, and that's basically where they want your opinions on everything. And I'm not a confrontational person, believe it or not. So I don't like to talk about my opinions of things. I'm the type of person to be like, that person rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm not going to bring it up. But you have to bring it up at a reunion. You have to talk about it. So that's pretty much like what you have to get comfortable with. They're my absolute least favorite part about doing the challenge. And we are contractually obligated to do the reunion. So it's not an option if we want to go or not. Plus, it would be a bad look if you didn't go.
Big issue for this season, and something that you guys got to watch unfold a little bit on the social medias. But, Turbo and I had our differences throughout the season, and we're both competitors that run hot. And when it came reunion time, there was a lot of speculation about like, oh, Turbo has like family in the area, just all kinds of stuff, right? It came out that Turbo was actually filming a movie in Bulgaria. Props to him. So he wasn't even in the area, but all this hype generated by like social media and like tweets that Turbo and I had back and forth. Tori and I ended up having to leave the hotel. MTV forced us to leave our hotel at damn near midnight, relocate to another hotel the night before. And mind you, we have like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. call times, and we're relocating. So that sucked. But just goes to show, like, these are very real emotions and feelings that people are playing with, and lives. It's a lot of money out there that people are looking to change their lives. And when you take that from somebody, they don't like it.
So then you get up there and you just fucking sit and wait and let other people talk. Or if you're Jordan, you just chime in on like pretty much anything you have an opinion on. But that's not what I do because I just don't want to have drama. So you just sit and wait and you just let people do their thing and talk it out until eventually it comes to your section, and hopefully they're talking about something good so it's not awkward. I think I'm doing my makeup right, but I'm kind of multitasking right now, so I don't know. So it's not that awkward. And then you just kind of fucking go for it. Like when it's your time to talk, you just kind of look around you and you're like, oh shit, look at all these people sitting in this audience. And they're all just staring at you and you're like, this is a lot. Like, it's like reading a speech in front of class. So I always get really nervous. I always get really sweaty. I always have to run to the bathroom a few times in between like sets and takes to go put on deodorant or to go poop because I get nervous. I get the nervous shits. Honestly, it's my least favorite part of the entire show.
So, a lot of big stuff. I know you guys saw via social media again the Josh and the Polly stuff. Like this is crazy. We're all in the lobby the day before. We all got in the day before, and just like I said, people are seeing each other for the first time. So like Josh and Polly seeing each other for the first time since being in the jungle. Bananas and Polly, first time seeing each other, and Polly comes in hot, as you guys can see. Polly's hot. So kudos to him. Big balls on that one to have a final like you did, and then still come in guns blazing. So good on him.
But the best part about it is that for once, finally everybody gets to see what we look like when we're all done up, as opposed to running through the jungle for 16 miles. So you do look cute, which is nice. I didn't do that even at all, but this is my life. It's not perfect, so that's okay. We're going to continue on to some mascara. This reunion in turn was pretty fucking crazy though, because all of the drama between Pauly and Cara and everybody else just got so blown up. By the end of this reunion, I actually really felt bad for everybody on that other side of the alliance, and just ultimately just, I wanted to speak up more and be like, hey, it's just a fucking game. Like, I know everyone's so emotionally invested in it because, it's money and it's a job, but ultimately it's a game that we get the opportunity to be a part of. And I don't think anything should be taken so seriously. I don't think that there should be like animosity towards characters outside the show. Like, just let it go. Don't leave it bleed into real life. That's way too stressful, So I hate how much of a strain it puts on people in their real lives. And I hate how some people really got attacked this season, even if I didn't agree with what they did politically. Pauly, Cara, all of them. It's like, why make them feel like, say something, but don't attack their character. Just fucking drop it. Just drop it, And I had a hard time with that this time around. I wish more people would just kind of like lighten up about the whole experience. It's just a challenge. It's just a TV show. That's it. It's not anyone's real lives. It's not, well, it is, but it won't be forever. It's like something that you kind of have to respect as just a part of your life. And that's why we need to not attack other people for it.
In the last couple of years, the format of the challenge has kind of changed. Starting with Dirty 30, the winner was no longer announced like right then and there on the finale. Dirty 30, when I won that one, we had to wait for the entire season to air and then find out who actually won, because they kept all the times a secret. At the reunion, we had to find out who won. That was the most nerve-wracking season ever. Coming into this reunion, we knew. You guys got to see TJ, and you guys got to share that moment with us when he says, all right, you guys won. And, we get to celebrate on the boat. So getting that out of the way early really makes reunions way easier. So walking into this one, Tori and I could really kind of just relax because we knew. We came in here, we threw it down, especially Tori. Hands down, Tori had the best season of anyone. Even though she didn't win, like, best season. So, gotta give it up for my girl. But way less stress knowing that we won.
So ultimately, I think reunions are pretty fucking ugly. Even if they're nice, even if we're not talking about bad things or like uncomfortable things. But maybe that's just my hard experience because of the Dirty 30 reunion I had. I absolutely hated it. It completely shut me out. It made me not want to speak up. And ultimately, when you're watching the reunion on TV, you get these like maybe a 2-part reunion, but it's way longer in real life. I mean, we shoot for 12 hours, sometimes longer. And, we break for lunch in the middle, but it's sitting there smiling, looking cute, looking engaged. I mean, this time around, Swaggy, the co-host for Justina Valentine, was falling asleep in between scenes, like segments in between segments. It was so funny. We were like, wow, he's just like not into this at all. Like, it's pretty boring if you're not involved in the show. But yeah, ultimately I thought it's strenuous, it's a long day, it's uncomfortable, it's my least favorite part of the challenge, and my only note about the whole thing is I hope everyone doesn't take it so seriously. So that's my episode recap.
Now, you guys know that I've been there, especially with a guy named Bananas. And when I mean there, I mean there. Like veins popping out of your neck, and like you guys are getting it. Bananas and I, we went round and round, and and he's the only person to send me home. So right now, getting to sit back and watch Pauly kind of really take the exact same approach is very comical to me. I think it's very funny, just because it's like history repeating itself, and I in this occasion and privy to like watching that unfold, right? Like now I've learned, I've been in this, it's like, you can't come in too hot coming for the big dogs, because even though you might be physically better than someone in the challenge or just in working out, whatever it is, you need friends. You still got to vote in this game, and you still have to make it through eliminations, and no elimination is guaranteed. Nothing. It doesn't matter if it's the thing that was made for you. There's no such thing as made for you. So, you know, when you come for these big dogs early, they have a lot of friends. They have a lot of clout, you know, for all you trendy grammars out there. There's a lot of clout being held by these vets. And that's what the scariest part about going for someone is. If you miss, they now have probably most of the house to come back at you. So watching Paulie right now, you know, he really wants to try and, you know, expose Bananas or whatever maybe, but better him than me, you know. If they're gonna sit there and throw shots across the bow, I'm gonna let it happen, and I'm gonna go grab a couple more challenge wins. Also, guys, stay tuned, stay on the look, get your binoculars. I'm a terrible binoculars. But we're gonna be dropping a new video series called Challenge Accepted. Now, this is going to be a series that's gonna cover everything that we go through leading up to a challenge. What do we leave behind? What do these contracts look like? What do we have to do physically? Anybody who has businesses that they leave at home, what does leaving and preparing for a challenge entail? We're gonna give you guys an inside look, so be on the lookout.